Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's not teacher related, so a little different, but I am super excited. I have decided that on this channel, I want to keep doing my teaching stuff, but I also wanted to document my books and my reading and things like that, so that's what we're doing. I'm actually in my classroom right now, if you can't tell, so don't ask. Basically, I have been putting filming this video off, and I told myself that I was not leaving until this video was filmed. So we're filming the video today. So basically, the video that I am doing is going to be what I read in December. I know it's a bit late, and then my January TBR. I know it's a bit late, but better late than never. So a little like background about me and books and things like that is I love to read. I have loved to read like since I was in high school and in my adulthood. I just really love to read, but I always made the excuse of, oh, I don't have time, I don't have time. Like I just always make that excuse. And so I'm a teacher, for those of you that don't know, for those of you that are new here. And so I was like, on winter break, I am going to read. I'm going to make the time to read, regardless of what happens. And I ended up reading 4 books from December 16th to the end of December, so not bad. So I'm gonna do a little rating for you, tell you what the book is about, and then I'm gonna do my January TBR. So I am so excited for this video. I love books. Anything books just speaks to me. So aside from like videos like this, I also really want to do like reading vlogs and things like that. I have been watching a lot of those lately, so be on the lookout for those. I will still do my teaching content and all of that, but I'm going to just add some more things onto this channel, so hopefully you like it. But the first thing I read in December is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover, and so this was actually my first Colleen Hoover read and only so far. A little bit about this book. So when I first finished this book, I was like, that is a 5-star read for me, like 100% 5-star read. Now remember, this is the first book that I read to get back into reading, so it kind of like sparked my interest again. And then I thought about it, and I thought about it some more, and I thought about it some more, and I was like, okay, that's not really a 5-star read. Like, it's not a book that I can't stop thinking about, like I just want to read it again, things like that. So that's a little background. I ended up rating this book 3 out of 5 stars once I like really thought about it. And so it is about a girl, her name is Sydney, and she finds out that her boyfriend, I wanted to make sure it was on the back before I spoiled anything. No spoilers here. Her boyfriend is cheating on her, and she has to decide like what her next move is going to be. She doesn't want to call her parents and ask them for help. She is like a very independent person. So she ends up moving in with a random stranger, like a guy next door that she had like seen from afar on their balcony every now and then. So she moves in with him and his 2 roommates, and there is like a little love story that happens, kind of a love triangle. And I will forewarn you, like there is some cheating in here. So I have heard a lot of people talk about this book and say they hated it because of the cheating. So like if you are like no cheating allowed in my books, you're not going to like this. I didn't like the cheating, don't take it like that, but I did like the maturity of the character who was getting cheated on. I felt like she handled things very mature, and so I don't know, that's just my thought. I heard there was like a 2nd and 3rd one of this, but they're not worth reading, and quite honestly I don't think this book needs like another story to it, so I'm not going to read it unless I change my mind. But overall, I gave this again a 3 out of 5 stars. It was mid. Good way to put it, mid. Okay, the next thing I read is called Stick Together by John Gordon and Kate Leavell. Looks like this. I read this in like an hour. It is a super quick read. It has pictures and everything like that. My assistant coach actually gave this to me. He told me that he read it and he wanted me to read it, so I did. And it's good. It's not my typical read. I like fiction things. So again, not my typical read, but it was good. I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. I will definitely use some like team bonding things that he used in here because I'm a coach as well, for those of you that don't know. So I did like it for that aspect, but like not my typical read. Like I'm not going to read this again and tell everyone how much I love it, but it was okay. Mid. Again, I guess I should have told you what it is about. It's basically about a coach who, he gets this new team, and the team is like supposed to be the best in the state, and he ends up not winning the first round of like sectionals with his team. And so everyone is like, you literally have the best team in the state, like how did you not win? And so he came to the conclusion that his team wasn't winning because they didn't have good chemistry on the court. It's a basketball team. And so he thought of this team building or team bonding activity that he did with them at the start of the next season, and it really worked to help like mesh them and bring them together. So that's what this is about. Sorry, I'm not used to these videos, so bear with me. This is my first book video. Okay, next book I read was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Jenkins Reid. And so this book, when I was about to like pick it up and read it, I looked up reviews. There were some like amazing reviews, and then there was some like terrible reviews. Like they were like, I hate it, how did people like this? Okay, so it is about a huge celebrity in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, which in my opinion, like that is not a book that I gravitate towards. Like I'm not going to normally pick a book like that up. But anyways, Evelyn Hugo, she is the star, and she had 7 husbands, obviously, and like she just kind of, it's basically in present day. And so she hires this reporter, her name's Monique, and Monique is like a new reporter. She's new to the game, and so everyone was like, why did Evelyn, like this huge billionaire star, hire Monique? Like she's not even known. But she hires Monique because she wants her to write a book of Evelyn and her story. And so she wants to kind of get out what actually happened in her life and just tell everybody what happened, because from the outside looking in, it's obviously different. And Monique doesn't know why Evelyn chooses her either, but they do have a little connection towards the end of Evelyn's story. And she just goes through every day and tells Monique bits and pieces of her story, all about her 7 husbands. And Monique's like starting to really, you know, connect with Evelyn, and she's like, oh my gosh, like I feel bad for this woman. And then Evelyn tells her what their connection kind of is, and Monique no longer feels bad for a little bit. But anyways, it's really good, Hollywood icon situation, and she just goes through and tells all about her hardships, the good times, the bad times, the ugly times, all of that. And it's just so good. I loved this book. I loved it. There's mental health in it. There's love story. Like it's so good. Like I did not think I was going to like it this much, because I'm not a huge fan, again, of like talking about back in the day. But I give this book 5 stars, and like I do not regret that at all. It is a 5-star read in my opinion. It is so good. So good. And I don't know how else to explain it without like giving spoilers, but it's just, I don't know, it's eye-opening, because you like just wonder if celebrities and like Hollywood icons and just anyone famous pretty much, if they really like, if their life looks as different as it actually is. And I'm sure it is, and that's probably like dumb of me to say, but it's just like, it's so weird, like it's crazy. So I loved this book. I am so excited to read more books by Jenkins Reid. I actually have a couple on my TBR, so if you have read any and you have any recommendations, let me know. But 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book. Okay, and the last book that I read in December was Rock, Paper, Scissors by Feeney. This is a thriller, and typically, again, not a book that I gravitate towards. Holy smokes, you guys, this book. Like, I don't have any other words besides this book. Feeney kept me on my toes until the very last sentence in this book. It is about a couple who they're kind of struggling with their relationship, and so one of them wins a trip to Switzerland to try and like, I don't know, like a couples trip, I guess. And so they go to try and see if they can figure their relationship out or whatever, and it just gets intense. And that's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to spoil it, but it is so good. 5 out of 5 stars. Like, this was my first thriller, and I will definitely read more thrillers because of her. So I really enjoyed this book. Okay, now getting to my January TBR. So some of these I've actually already read because it's January 13th, so sorry about that. But let's just go ahead and tell you what they are. So first one, I already read this, but you will get my review in my January review. It is The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. The next two I have also already read. The Inheritance Games and The Hawthorne Legacy, both by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is actually a trilogy, and right after I'm done filming this video, I am going to get the third one, which is called The Final Gambit. So these have been on my TBR, and I'm not going to go into detail on what the books are about until I like do a review on them. That just makes sense to me. So yeah, trilogy, but I have read both of these, so in January. The next book on my TBR for January, which I am probably the most excited about, is The Girl He Used to Know by Tracey Garvis Graves. This is probably what I will read next after I'm done with the last, or it's not the last Gambit, it's called The Final Gambit, I believe. But I'll probably read this one next. Then we have another Alice Feeney book, so Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. Super excited about this one. Another thriller. And the last one is actually funny because I was not going into Barnes & Noble looking for this at all, but I saw the cover and I thought it was cute, so I just picked it up, looked at the back, and saw it said softball star. So I'm pretty sure it's like a romance with a softball star, and I had to get it. So it's Throw Like a Girl by Sarah Heening, and I coach softball if you didn't know that, so that's why I was like, you know what, I'm getting this book and I'm going to read it. So that is everything on my January TBR. So hopefully I get through all of them. I'm already through 3, so I basically have 4 more because I have to go get The Final Gambit again, like I said. But if you have read any of these, let me know. Let me know your rating, and I will tell you my rating and what they are about in my like review video. So that is my December reads and January TBR. Let me know like how you want me to handle this. Like, do you want me to put them in 2 separate videos, like my ratings in one video and then my TBR in another? Like, what are your thoughts on this? So let me know. And then also my background will get better. I am at school right now. Like I said, I made myself film here because I said I was not leaving until it was completed, so I'm sorry for like the terrible background. Hopefully it's okay. But anyways, last thing, also let me know if you want me to like tell you what the books are about in my TBR, or if you would rather wait until I do my review on them. So let me know like what your opinion is on all of this. I think that's it. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for checking these books out, and like I said, let me know if you have read any of them. Anyways, that's it from me. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.